Tara had everything. Beauty that stopped traffic, curves that made heads turn, wealth from birth, and values that made her shine brighter than her designer clothes. But in just one night, everything changed. Someone she never could have suspected betrayed her in a way she never imagined. And Tara's perfect life became a living nightmare. What happened that night? And who wanted her destroyed? Continue watching to find out. Tara had everything a woman could want. She wasn't just beautiful, she was the kind of beautiful that made people stare. The kind that made conversations stop mid-sentence when she walked into a room. Her skin glowed like she bathed in honey. Her curves were the type that made designers beg to dress her. Her smile could light up the darkest room. But Tara's beauty was just the surface. She came from money. Real money. The kind where you never check price tags. The kind where your family name opens doors before you even knock. Her father owned properties across 3 continents. Her mother collected art that cost more than most people's houses. Yet despite all this wealth, despite all this beauty, Tara remained grounded. She didn't look down on anyone. She volunteered at orphanages. She paid for strangers' hospital bills without telling anyone. She went to church every Sunday and actually meant the prayers she prayed. That girl is special, people would say. Beauty, money, and a good heart. God really took his time with that one. And Tara's greatest blessing wasn't her looks or her wealth. It was Amanda. Amanda was more than a best friend. She was Tara's soul sister. They'd met in university and instantly clicked. Where Tara went, Amanda followed. Where Amanda suggested, Tara agreed. They were inseparable. We're like twins separated at birth, Amanda would laugh, linking her arm through Tara's as they walked through the mall. Except you're the smart one and I'm the pretty one, Tara would tease back. Please, you're beautiful and smart. I'm just smart, Amanda would say with a smile. They travelled everywhere together. Dubai for shopping, Paris for Fashion Week, Ghana for worship conferences. Their Instagram photos showed 2 happy women living their best lives. Every Sunday they sat together in church, hands raised in worship, voices lifted in praise. After service, they'd go to their favourite restaurant and plan their futures over jollof rice and chicken. I want to start a foundation for young girls, Tara would say, her eyes shining with passion. Teach them that beauty is nothing without character. And I'll help you run it, Amanda would respond, squeezing her friend's hand. Whatever you dream, we'll build it together. They weren't just friends, they were family. Tara trusted Amanda with everything, her passwords, her secrets, her fears, her dreams. There was nothing she couldn't tell Amanda. You're the sister I never had, Tara told her once, tears in her eyes. And you're mine, Amanda replied, hugging her tight. Nothing will ever come between us. Nothing. Then Tamini walked into their lives. It happened at a business lounge in Victoria Island. Tara and Amanda had gone there after a spa day, still glowing from their facials, laughing about something silly. That's when Tara saw him. Tall, at least 6'3", broad shoulders that filled out his tailored suit perfectly, a jawline that could cut glass, skin the colour of dark chocolate. And when he smiled, dimples appeared that made Tara's stomach flip. Girl, who is that? Amanda whispered, following Tara's gaze. I don't know, Tara whispered back, but I need to find out. She didn't have to wait long. Tamini had noticed her too. How could he not? Tara was wearing a white dress that hugged every curve, her hair perfectly styled, her skin glowing in the evening light. He walked over, confidence in every step. Excuse me, he said, his voice deep and smooth. I don't usually do this, but I couldn't let you leave without introducing myself. I'm Tamini. Tara smiled, her heart racing. I'm Tara, and this is my friend Amanda. Nice to meet you both, Tamini said politely to Amanda, but his eyes never really left Tara. I know this might sound forward, but would you like to have dinner with me sometime? I'd love that, Tara said, trying to keep her voice steady. Amanda smiled beside her, but something flickered in her eyes for just a second, so quick that Tara didn't even notice. The dinner turned into a second date. The second date turned into a third. By the fourth date, Tara knew she was falling in love. Tamini wasn't just handsome. He was kind, thoughtful, successful but humble. He ran his own tech company and employed over 50 people. He was ambitious but not ruthless, strong but gentle. "This one is special," Tara told Amanda after their second month of dating. "I really think he might be the one." "I'm so happy for you, babe," Amanda said, hugging her. "You deserve someone amazing. And Tamini seems like a really good guy." 6 months later, Tamini proposed. He did it on a beach in Zanzibar at sunset with a ring that cost more than a luxury car. He got down on one knee in the sand and said, "Tara, you're everything I've ever prayed for. Will you marry me?" Tara said yes before he even finished the question. Amanda was the first person she called. "He proposed!" Tara screamed into the phone. "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you!" Amanda screamed back, and she sounded thrilled. They stayed on the phone for 2 hours, planning the wedding, choosing bridesmaids, discussing venues. "You'll be my maid of honor, of course," Tara said. "I wouldn't miss it for the world," Amanda replied. "This is going to be the most beautiful wedding Lagos has ever seen." The wedding preparations began immediately. Tara chose a designer who dressed 3 African first ladies. Amanda helped with everything. Tasting cakes, picking colours, addressing invitations. They spent nearly every day together, planning every detail. Tamini was patient through it all. He let Tara have the wedding of her dreams. Whatever she wanted, he made it happen. Money was no object. Love was the priority. "I can't believe how lucky I am," Tara told Amanda one afternoon as they looked at flower arrangements. "A man who loves me unconditionally, a best friend who's always there, a family that supports me, and enough money to never worry. God has really blessed me." "You deserve it all," Amanda said, squeezing her hand. "You're one of the best people I know." Everything was perfect. Too perfect. Because in the shadows, while everyone was planning celebrations and choosing flowers and sending invitations, something dark was stirring. Something that would turn Tara's fairy tale into a nightmare. Something that would make her question everything she thought she knew about love and trust. The countdown had already begun. "I want to cook for you," Tamini said one evening, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Tara looked up from her phone, surprised. "You cook?" "Of course I cook. I'm a full Nigerian man," he laughed. "I want to make you something special. My native dish. Something my grandmother taught me before she passed." Tara's heart melted. A successful, handsome man who could cook? She was getting married to a unicorn. "When?" she asked, already looking forward to it. "Tomorrow night. My place. Just us." The next evening, Tara arrived at Tamini's penthouse apartment wearing a simple but elegant dress. The moment she walked in, she was hit with the most amazing aroma. "Oh my God, what is that smell?" she said, closing her eyes and breathing deeply. "That," Tamini said proudly, "is love in a pot." He'd gone all out. Candles flickered on every surface, soft music played in the background, Afrobeats mixed with smooth jazz. The dining table was set like a scene from a romantic movie. "Tamini, this is beautiful," Tara whispered, tears forming in her eyes. "You're beautiful," he replied, pulling out her chair. "Now sit. Let me take care of you." The food was incredible. Rich, spicy, complex flavors that Tara had never tasted before. Native spices that made her tongue tingle in the best way. "This is amazing," she said, taking another bite. "What's in this?" "Family secret," Tamini said with a wink. "If I tell you, I'll have to marry you." "Well, you're already doing that." Tara laughed. Tamini watched her eat with an intensity that made her blush. His eyes never left her face. He barely touched his own food. "Why aren't you eating?" Tara asked. "I am," he said. "I'm feeding off your happiness. That's enough for me." They talked for hours, about their future, about the wedding, about the life they'd build together, about the children they'd have one day. When Tamini dropped her home that night, Tara floated into her apartment like she was walking on clouds. "Best night ever," she texted Amanda. "Tell me everything tomorrow." Amanda replied with heart emojis. Tara changed into her pajamas and headed to the kitchen. She opened her fridge and grabbed an apple from the fruit bowl, something she did every single night without fail. Her nutritionist had told her years ago, an apple before bed keeps your skin glowing and your digestion perfect. Tara never missed it. It was part of her routine, as natural as brushing her teeth. She bit into the crisp, sweet apple, scrolling through her phone, smiling at the photos Tamini had sent from their dinner. She finished the apple, threw the core away, and went to bed with a full heart and a happy smile. She woke up feeling like death. The nausea hit first, a wave so violent that she barely made it to the bathroom before vomiting everything she'd eaten. Her body shook. Sweat poured down her face. Her stomach twisted like something was trying to claw its way out. "Mom," she called weakly. Her mother found her on the bathroom floor, pale and trembling. "Hospital, now," her mother said, already grabbing her car keys. At the hospital, they ran tests, blood work, scans. Everything came back normal. "Probably food poisoning," the doctor said. "It should pass in 24 hours. Rest and stay hydrated." But it didn't pass. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Tara's body began to change in terrifying ways. The weight fell off her frame like she was melting. Her curves, the ones that had made her famous on Instagram, disappeared. Her skin lost its glow and became dull, almost grey. Her cheeks hollowed out. Her collarbones became sharp edges that poked through her skin. Within 2 months, Tara looked skeletal. "We need to run more tests," a different doctor said, concern etched on his face. They ran every test imaginable. MRIs, CT scans, biopsies, blood work panels that covered diseases Tara had never even heard of. Nothing. Every single test came back normal. "There's nothing medically wrong with you," the doctors kept saying, confusion and frustration in their voices. But clearly, something is wrong. Amanda never missed a single appointment. She was there for every scan, every blood draw, every consultation. She held Tara's hand when the needles went in. She helped her walk when Tara became too weak to stand alone. "I'm not going anywhere," Amanda would say, squeezing Tara's frail hand. "We're going to figure this out together." Tamini was frantic. He took Tara to every specialist in Lagos, private hospitals, government hospitals. He spent money like water, desperate for answers that never came. "There has to be something," he'd shout at doctors who had no solutions. People don't just waste away for no reason. But Tara continued to fade. Her Instagram, once filled with glamorous photos, went silent. She couldn't even hold her phone for long without her arms aching. The girl who'd turned heads everywhere now couldn't leave her house without people staring for very different reasons. And then the whispers started. "You know that fine girl, Tara? The one engaged to Tamini? What about her? She's dying, and it started right after she ate at his house." "En? You don't mean it?" "I'm telling you. My cousin's friend saw her at the hospital. She looks like a skeleton, like something from a horror movie. But why? What happened?" "You know these Lagos big boys. Money ritual, blood sacrifice. They need to use somebody to maintain their wealth. And he chose his own fiancée? Why not? After he's done, he'll just marry someone else. These men are wicked." The rumours spread like wildfire, at parties, in group chats, on social media gossip blogs. People started looking at Tamini differently, suspiciously. When he walked into rooms, conversations would stop. Eyes would follow him with judgment and fear. "That's the guy who's using his babe for rituals," they'd whisper. Tamini heard the rumours and didn't care. He was too focused on saving Tara. "Let them talk," he told Tara's father. "I know the truth. I love your daughter. I'll spend every kobo I have to make her well again." Amanda, also in the room, replied, "Don't listen to them," she'd tell Tara, anger in her voice. "Tamini loves you. These people are just jealous and wicked. Ignore them." In public, she defended Tamini fiercely. "How can people be so cruel?" she'd say to their friends. "The man is spending everything trying to save her, and they're calling him a ritualist? Nigeria is so backwards." Everyone would praise Amanda. "Now that is a true friend," people would say. Still showing up when things get hard. Most people would have disappeared by now. Meanwhile, Tara's mother remembered something. One evening, while Tara slept fitfully in her room, she pulled her husband aside. "I had a dream," she said, her voice shaking. "About 3 weeks before all this started." "What kind of dream?" "I saw Tara eating something. I couldn't see what it was clearly. But in the dream, a voice told me, 'Tell her to be careful. Tell her to watch what she eats. Tell her to watch the people around her.'" "And did you tell her?" "I tried to," Tara's mother said, tears rolling down her cheeks. "Remember that Sunday after church? I pulled her aside and told her." Her husband nodded slowly, remembering. What did she say? She laughed. She said, "Mom, you know my circle is small. The people I have around me would die for me, and I'd die for them. Sometimes dreams are just signs you need to deworm." They both stood in silence, that conversation haunting them now. Tara's mother wiped her tears. What if the dream was real? What if someone close to her did this? "But who?" her husband asked. "Tamini is killing himself trying to save her. Amanda hasn't left her side. There. Who else is there? Neither of them had an answer, but the question hung in the air like smoke. Someone had done this to Tara. The question wasn't if, the question was who, and the answer was closer than anyone could possibly imagine. 2 years passed like a nightmare that wouldn't end. Tamini flew Tara to London first, Harley Street, where royalty went for treatment. The best specialists money could buy examined her, ran their tests, shook their heads in confusion. "I've never seen anything like this," a renowned doctor told them. "All her organs are functioning, her blood work is normal, but her body is wasting away like she's being consumed from the inside." Next was Dubai, a hospital that looked like a 7-star hotel. Doctors from 5 different countries examined her. More tests, more scans, same result. Nothing. They flew to the United States. Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, Mass General. The names everyone mentioned when they talked about medical miracles. But there were no miracles for Tara. In Germany, at a cutting-edge research hospital, one doctor wanted to stop treatment entirely. "We've tried everything," he said, exhaustion in his voice. Perhaps it's time to accept that this might be beyond medical science. Beyond. Tamini's voice echoed through the pristine white corridor. "You're giving up. I'm paying you to save her, not to quit." His hands shook with rage and helplessness. Tears streamed down his face. "Tamini, please," Amanda said softly, touching his arm. "Shouting won't help Tara. Let's just try another hospital." The nurses exchanged glances. Such a devoted friend. Such an aggressive fiancé. Through it all, through every country and every hospital, Amanda never missed a single appointment. Not one. When Tara was too weak to walk, Amanda was there with a wheelchair. When Tara couldn't feed herself, Amanda held the spoon. When Tara cried in the middle of the night, Amanda answered the phone every single time. "You're an angel," Tara's mother told Amanda one day, embracing her. "I don't know what we'd do without you." "Tara is my sister," Amanda said, her voice thick with emotion. "I'll never abandon her. Never." Meanwhile, the whispers about Tamini grew louder and more vicious. 2 years and he's still with her? Something is wrong. Maybe he can't break the curse until she actually dies. Or maybe he needs to keep her alive for the ritual to work properly. I heard his business has been booming since she got sick. Coincidence? But Tamini didn't care about any of it. He held Tara's skeletal hand and told her, "You're still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and I'm not going anywhere." When Tara looked in the mirror and saw a ghost staring back, hollow eyes, sunken cheeks, bones where curves used to be, Tamini would kiss her forehead and say, "I didn't fall in love with your body. I fell in love with your soul." Meanwhile, Amanda collected praise like flowers. Friend of the year, people called her. A true sister, others said. Most people would have run by now, but not Amanda. She's 1 in a million. After 2 years of medical failures, Tara made a decision. No more hospitals, she told her parents weekly. No more tests. This isn't medical. Only God can save me now. She stopped traveling, stopped seeing doctors. She spent her days in prayer. When she had strength, she would sit up in bed with her Bible open, whispering scriptures. When she didn't, she would simply lie there and pray in her mind. Amanda prayed with her constantly. "Father God," Amanda would cry out, loud and passionate, hands raised high. "Heal my sister. She doesn't deserve this. She's one of your children. Restore her body, return her beauty, make her whole again." Her prayers were beautiful, moving. People who heard them would cry. Such faith, they'd say. Such love. Tamini prayed too, but his prayers were different. Quiet, desperate, angry sometimes. "Why her?" he'd whisper. "What kind of God lets this happen to good people?" His doubt made people suspicious. Amanda's faith made people love her. One night, as Tara lay in bed barely able to move, Amanda sat beside her praying loudly as usual. "God, expose the enemy! Whoever did this to Tara, reveal them. Destroy them. Make them pay." Tara opened her eyes and looked at her friend. Really looked at her. Amanda's eyes were closed, face turned upward, tears streaming down her cheeks, hands shaking with emotion. It was a perfect performance, and for just a split second, barely a heartbeat, Tara felt something. A whisper in her spirit, a tiny alarm bell. Tara's eyes widened slightly. Her heart raced. Could it be? No, that was crazy. That was her dying brain creating paranoia where there was none. Amanda had been there for everything. Every appointment, every treatment, every midnight cry. Amanda loved her. Tara pushed the thought away and closed her eyes again. You're just tired, she told herself. You're seeing enemies where there are only friends. But that night, when Amanda left and Tara was alone in her room, she prayed a different kind of prayer. God, she whispered into the darkness, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but if you're listening, if you can hear me, show me the truth. Her voice cracked with emotion. I don't care how painful it is. I don't care who it is. I just want to know. I want to be free. Please, God, show me the truth. Whatever it is. Whoever it is. A single tear rolled down her hollow cheek. Just let me know the truth before I die. That prayer rose up like incense, reaching places prayers go when they're prayed from a broken heart. And somewhere in the realm where justice lives, where secrets can't hide forever, where darkness must eventually come to light, that prayer was heard. But the truth, the real truth, was more horrifying than Tara could have imagined. Because the enemy wasn't some stranger. Wasn't some random jealous person from social media. Wasn't even Tamini, despite what everyone whispered. The enemy had been beside her all along, holding her hand, praying for her, defending her, loving her, or so it seemed. Because 2 years earlier, while everyone was planning Tara's perfect wedding and celebrating her perfect life, Amanda had taken a trip she told no one about, a trip to her village, a trip that would explain everything. And what happened on that trip would reveal a jealousy so deep, so toxic, so carefully hidden, that it had festered for years behind a smile. 3 years earlier, Amanda stood in front of her mirror, staring at her reflection. She was attractive, smart, successful, but standing next to Tara, she became invisible. Every party they attended, men would greet Amanda politely, "Hello, how are you?" before their eyes slid past her to Tara, like she was just an obstacle in the way. Every compliment Tara received was a knife in Amanda's heart. "Tara, you're so beautiful. Why not me?" "Tara, that dress is stunning on you. I'm wearing the same designer." "Tara, you're glowing." I used the same skincare routine, but Amanda smiled. Always smiled, because good friends are happy for each other, right? Except Amanda wasn't happy. She was dying inside. Years of swallowing her jealousy had turned it into poison in her soul. Every success Tara had was a failure for Amanda. Every blessing Tara received felt like something stolen from Amanda's own life. But she never showed it. Not once. Until that day in the lounge. Amanda had seen Tamini first. She'd been the one to notice the tall, handsome man across the room. Her heart had jumped. Finally, someone who looked like he could be hers. She'd been about to suggest they leave when Tamini started walking toward them. This is it, Amanda thought. He's coming to talk to me. "Excuse me," Tamini said. Amanda's heart soared. "I don't usually do this, but I couldn't let you leave without introducing myself." Amanda opened her mouth to respond. "I'm Tamini," he said, looking directly at Tara. The words that came next felt like bullets. "Would you like to have dinner with me sometime?" Amanda's smile never faltered, but something inside her shattered. Not again. Not again. She watched Tara blush and accept, watched Tamini's eyes light up like Tara was the sun itself, watched as once again she became nothing more than the friend standing beside the star. That night, Amanda made a decision. "I'm going to visit my family in the village," Amanda told Tara the following week. "Oh, have fun. Bring me back some fresh palm oil," Tara had said, hugging her. Amanda didn't go to see family. She went to see Dibia Anwu, an herbalist known for solving special problems. She found him in a compound that smelled of incense and something darker, something that made her skin crawl. "Why are you here?" the old man asked. His eyes were cloudy but seemed to see everything. "A man chose her over you." Amanda's tears came fast. "She takes everything from me, everything. And now, Tamini, I saw him first, but he only sees her. I just want her to feel pain, just once. I want her to lose what makes her special." The herbalist studied her for a long moment. "You want her beauty destroyed?" "Yes," Amanda whispered. "I want no man to ever want her again." The old man nodded slowly. "I can help you, but listen carefully. There are rules." He pulled out a small bottle filled with liquid that looked like water but smelled like death and decay. "Take an apple. Any apple. Place it in this liquid for exactly 24 hours. Then give it to her to eat. That's it. The liquid will deposit something in her body, something that will consume her from the inside. She'll waste away slowly. Her beauty will vanish." Amanda's hands trembled as she took the bottle. But listen, the herbalist's voice turned sharp. Keep the remaining liquid safe. Never let it spill. Never let it touch the ground. If you ever want to free her, come back and we'll perform a ritual. And if it spills? The old man's eyes bore into hers. If that liquid touches the ground, everything you've done to her will return to you, sevenfold, 7 times worse than what she suffered. I understand, Amanda said quickly. Do you? The herbalist leaned forward. Because there is no cure if it spills. No ritual, no prayer. You will carry her curse for the rest of your life. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. But Amanda barely heard the warning. She was already planning. Amanda prepared the apple with ritual precision. 24 hours in the liquid, just as instructed. She knew Tara's routine. An apple every night before bed, like clockwork, had been her habit for years. The day of Tamini's dinner, Amanda had placed the cursed apple right on top of Tara's fruit bowl that morning. She didn't even need to convince Tara to eat it. Tara came home from Tamini's place, glowing with happiness, and went straight to her nightly routine. She grabbed the apple without a second thought. Tara bit into it, once, twice, 3 times. "Good night, Amanda," Tara called cheerfully. "Good night, babe," Amanda replied, her voice steady. By morning, the curse had begun its work. For 2 years, Amanda played her role perfectly. The concerned friend, the devoted sister, the prayer warrior. She held Tara's hand while secretly celebrating each pound she lost. She prayed loudly for Tara's healing while privately hoping she'd waste away completely. But then something happened that Amanda hadn't planned for. Tamini didn't leave. Despite Tara's skeletal appearance, despite the whispers and accusations, despite 2 years of hell, Tamini's love never wavered. This enraged Amanda more than anything. "He's supposed to run," she'd think, watching Tamini kiss Tara's hollow cheek. "He's supposed to prove all men are the same. But he stays?" Amanda made a decision. If Tamini was going to be loyal, then Tara would suffer forever. She'd never break the curse, never return to the herbalist. Tara would live the rest of her life as a skeleton, and Amanda would be there, playing the perfect friend, forever. The bottle of remaining liquid stayed hidden in her wardrobe, wrapped carefully in cloth tucked behind her shoes. Safe. Secret. Forever. 2 years later. "Amanda, I'm coming to stay with you for a few days," her mother announced over the phone. "Of course, Ma. I'll prepare the guest room." Amanda was at work when her mother arrived. To surprise her daughter, she decided to clean the apartment. While organizing Amanda's wardrobe, something fell from the top shelf, a bundle wrapped in black cloth. Amanda's mother unwrapped it, curious, a bottle with liquid inside. She opened the cap. The smell. Rot. Death. Evil so thick it made her gag. "What kind of spoiled water is this?" she muttered, rushing to the bathroom. She poured it down the sink, watching it swirl away. The moment the last drop left the bottle, 2 things happened simultaneously across the city. At Amanda's office, Amanda felt something slam into her body like a physical blow. Fire. Agony. Pain so intense she couldn't even scream, just a strangled gasp as she collapsed to the floor. Her body convulsed. It felt like acid in her veins, like her bones were breaking from the inside, like every cell in her body was being consumed. 7 times worse than what Tara had suffered. 7-fold. At Tara's house, Tara gasped, sitting upright in bed, something she hadn't been able to do in months. She felt something leave her body, like chains breaking, like a heavy blanket being ripped away. The weight that had been crushing her for 2 years suddenly vanished. "Mom," she called out, her voice stronger than it had been in forever. Her mother rushed in and froze. Colour was already returning to Tara's face. Her eyes looked clearer, her breathing easier. "Baby, what happened?" "I don't know," Tara whispered, tears streaming down her face. "But something just left me." For the first time in 2 years, Tara felt hope. And across the city, writhing on her office floor in agony, Amanda felt only despair. The curse had found its true owner. Amanda's co-workers found her on the floor, convulsing and screaming. "Call an ambulance," someone yelled. But Amanda knew no hospital could help her. She knew exactly what this was. Through the blinding pain, one thought consumed her. The bottle. Something happened to the bottle. She managed to pull out her phone with shaking hands and called her mother. "Amanda, are you okay? You sound." "The bottle," Amanda gasped. "In my wardrobe. The one wrapped in black cloth. Did you touch it?" "Oh, that spoiled water?" Yes, I threw it out this morning while cleaning. The smell was horrible. I poured it down the... Amanda's scream cut her off. Her mother's voice turned panicked. Amanda! Amanda, what's wrong? But Amanda had dropped the phone. She knew what had happened. The herbalist's warning echoed in her mind. If that liquid touches the ground, everything you've done to her will return to you, sevenfold. The moment she could stand, every movement pure agony, she stumbled out of the office. People tried to stop her, but she pushed past them, tears streaming down her face. She had to reach the herbalist. He had to fix this. The taxi ride to the village was torture. Every bump in the road sent shockwaves of pain through her body. She felt like she was being eaten alive from the inside. She burst into Dibia Anwu's compound, falling at his feet. "Help me!" she screamed. "The liquid spilled. My mother poured it out. Please, you have to fix this." The old man looked down at her with sad, knowing eyes. "I warned you. I know, but please, there must be something. A ritual, a sacrifice, anything." The herbalist shook his head slowly. "I told you the rules. If the liquid touched the ground, the curse returns to you. Sevenfold. There is no cure, no ritual, no exception. But it was an accident. My mother didn't know." "Accidents don't change spiritual laws," he said simply. "You set these forces in motion. You chose jealousy over friendship. You chose destruction over love. Now you must live with the consequences." No, please!" Amanda crawled toward him, sobbing. "I'll do anything." "There is nothing to be done," the herbalist said, turning away. "Go home. Live with what you've created." Amanda collapsed in the dirt, her screams echoing across the compound. The curse that was meant to destroy Tara had found its rightful owner. Meanwhile, Tara's recovery was nothing short of miraculous. Within days, she could walk without help. Within weeks, she was gaining weight. Her skin began to glow again. Her curves slowly returned. The hollow cheeks filled out. The doctors were stunned. "This is impossible," one said, looking at her charts. 2 years of deterioration and now complete recovery in weeks? There's no medical explanation. But Tara knew. God had answered her prayer. Tamini wept the first time he saw her walk across the room unaided. "I knew you'd come back to me," he whispered, holding her carefully, afraid she might break. "You never left," Tara said, tears streaming down her face. "When I looked like death itself, you stayed. You loved me." "I didn't fall in love with your appearance, Tara. I fell in love with you. That never changed." They held each other and cried, tears of relief, of joy, of love that had survived the impossible. 3 months after Tara's recovery, her phone rang. "Tara," Amanda's voice was barely a whisper. Can you come to my apartment? Please, I need to tell you something." Tara hesitated. She hadn't seen Amanda since her recovery began. Amanda had stopped visiting, stopped calling. Tara had assumed she was busy with work. "Okay, I'll come tomorrow." When Tara arrived at Amanda's apartment, she was shocked. Amanda looked exactly like Tara had at her worst. Skeletal, grey skin, hollow eyes, trembling with every movement. "Amanda, oh my God, what happened to you?" Amanda looked up, tears already streaming. "I need to tell you the truth. About what happened to you. About who did it, who did what." Amanda's voice cracked. "Your illness. It was me, Tara. I'm the one who cursed you." The room spun. Tara grabbed the back of a chair for support. "What?" And then it all poured out. Every horrible detail. The jealousy that had festered for years. Seeing Tamini approach her in the lounge. The trip to the herbalist. The cursed apple soaked in liquid. Placing it in Tara's fruit bowl. 2 years of playing the devoted friend while secretly celebrating Tara's suffering. With each word, Tara's heart broke a little more. "You?" she whispered. "You? My soul sister? The person I trusted with everything." "I'm so sorry," Amanda sobbed. "The jealousy consumed me. Every time something good happened to you, it felt like something was being taken from me. And then Tamini, he looked at me like I was invisible and looked at you like you were everything. I just wanted you to feel pain. Just once." "So you tried to destroy me?" Tara's voice rose. "For 2 years you held my hand while I was dying, and it was you? You did this to me?" I know! Amanda's body shook with sobs. "I'm a monster. I became everything I hate, and now I'm living the hell I created for you, but 7 times worse." Tara stood frozen, tears streaming down her face. The betrayal was complete. Total. The one person she trusted absolutely had been the snake in her garden all along. "Can you forgive me?" Amanda begged. "Please, Tara. Maybe if you forgive me, this pain will stop. Please." Tara looked at this woman, this stranger wearing her best friend's face. Everything in her wanted to scream, to curse, to walk away and let Amanda suffer forever. But something deeper stirred, something her faith demanded. "I forgive you, Amanda," Tara said finally, her voice breaking. "Not because you deserve it, not because I understand it, but because my God commands it. I forgive you, and I'll pray that God shows you mercy." "Thank you," Amanda gasped. "Thank you." But as days passed, Amanda's pain didn't lessen. Forgiveness, it seemed, didn't erase spiritual consequences. 10 months later, Tara and Tamini got married. The wedding was breathtaking. Tara wore a dress that hugged every restored curve. Her skin glowed under the lights. Her smile could have powered the entire city. Tamini couldn't stop crying as she walked down the aisle. "You're so beautiful," he whispered when she reached him. "And you're so loyal," she replied. "You loved me when I was dying. You'll love me forever." Their love story had survived the impossible. They had walked through hell and come out holding hands. Amanda wasn't there. She couldn't even leave her bed most days. While Tara danced at her reception, radiating pure joy, Amanda lay in her apartment, writhing in constant agony. The contrast was poetic, painful, perfect. 10 years passed. Tara and Tamini built a beautiful life. 3 children. A thriving foundation helping young girls. A marriage that people pointed to as proof that real love exists. Amanda's life became a living nightmare. The pain never stopped. Not for one day. Not for 1 hour. She couldn't work, couldn't socialize, could barely exist. She'd see Tara's Instagram posts sometimes. Happy family photos, vacation pictures, her foundation's success stories. Each photo was a mirror reflecting Amanda's own destruction. But on the 10th anniversary of the curse returning to her, something shifted inside Amanda. She'd prayed before, desperate, selfish prayers begging for relief. But this morning, she prayed differently. "God," she whispered through her tears, "I don't deserve mercy. I know what I did was evil. I destroyed someone who loved me because of jealousy. I became a monster." Her sobs shook her frail body. "I'm not asking you to take away this pain because I want relief. I'm asking because I'm truly, deeply sorry for what I did to Tara. If I could go back and undo it, I would. If I could take all her suffering into myself, I would." For the first time in 10 years, her tears came from genuine remorse, not self-pity. "If you give me a second chance, I'll live differently. I'll celebrate others instead of envying them. I'll love instead of hate. I'll be grateful instead of jealous. Please, God, not for my sake, for the person I could become." As she prayed, something miraculous happened. The pain began to ease, slowly, gradually, like ice melting under warm sun. Amanda sat up, something she hadn't done without agony in a decade. The pain was gone. She stood, walked, touched her face. "Oh God," she whispered. "Oh God, thank you." She'd been given a second chance. Amanda never contacted Tara again. Some betrayals are too deep for reconciliation. But she lived the rest of her life as a testimony. She worked honestly, celebrated others genuinely. When she saw beautiful women, she complimented them with pure sincerity. When she saw others succeed, she felt genuine joy. She had learned what Tara always knew. Envy is poison that destroys the vessel containing it. Every day she prayed for Tara's continued happiness. She never expected forgiveness, never asked for relationship restoration. She simply lived as proof that jealousy leads to destruction and genuine repentance leads to transformation. The lesson. The story of Tara and Amanda spread as a cautionary tale, about how the people closest to you can harbor the darkest intentions, about how envy disguises itself as love, about how betrayal often comes from those we'd never suspect. Tara continued to thrive, wiser and more discerning about who she let into her inner circle. Tamini's devotion during her darkest hour had proven him worthy of her trust, and Amanda lived the rest of her life as a testimony to the consequences of unchecked jealousy and the mercy of genuine repentance. The lesson was clear. Sometimes the greatest betrayals come from the most beautiful friendships. Watch who you let close. Trust, but verify, and remember, not everyone celebrating you is happy for you.